Hello everyone, this is Tony Swain, Director of Training and Education for PowerPlate. I'm going to be talking about the Pro5 and the Pro5 AIRdaptive. So when I approach the console, the first thing I'm going to do is hit Start. That's going to give me three settings. So the top line is frequency, it's the hertz, so 30, 35, 40, and 50. The middle row is time, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or 60 seconds. And then the last two buttons are amplitude. It's the dissipation of the plate. So we have low and we have high. Okay? So anytime I want to just basically turn the machine on, I set the machine, and then whenever I'm ready, I hit start. If I just want to, after that is done, I just want to keep the exact same setting and switch an arm and a leg or a different exercise, I just hit repeat. And then if the machine will count down from that time, so you never have to hit stop unless you need to before the end of the duration. The plus and minus is something really has two features. If you'd like to go at smaller increments, so if I want to go by ones as far as my hertz, I then hit the frequency, and then I can then go by ones up to 35, and then I can carry over all the way to 50. And then the other feature is if I want to go longer than 60-second duration, I hit 60 seconds. And then this will allow me to use the plus sign to go into 15-second increments all the way up to 9 minutes. So this allows me, the plus minus, to really get a little bit more control over the frequency of the duration, the frequency of the vibration, and also the duration of the exercise. Now, the difference between the air and the non-air model is really the non-air, which this is right here, is we actually, on the air model, we actually incorporate the low and high into one button. And then the bottom right actually has a cloud picture, which is the air setting. The air setting allows us to now control the air bladders that are inside the plate. And the air setting really has two distinct features. One is it just allows more of a absorption of vibration for the size of the person on the plate. And the other feature is it allows us to have the software capability if someone's using the Pro-Track. So really out of the Pro5 and the Pro5 AIRdaptive, those are the only two distinct differences between the two. Okay, so we're getting closer to the base here. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is the lower board. So the lower console has a direct reflection with the upper board. So if you're doing push-ups or a massage and you don't want to come all the way up to the top and hit the exact same buttons, we have that exact same option at the bottom. So it's a nice option if you are doing quite a bit of your exercises down closer to the ground. Now the base. The Pro5 has a weight capacity of 400 pounds. So the features that come with the Pro5 are really for an upper body component. That's how we incorporate the straps. So the straps have really two notches in the front of the plate and the outside of the plate for you to incorporate any kind of upper body movement. Now the key for the straps, as far as transferring the vibration, is they have to be as tight as possible. So the key is to hold as tight as possible, do your exercises, and we're going to get some transference through the straps. We actually have some colors on the straps, so this just allows, if you do want to change up a little bit of the length, it just allows you to kind of keep the same length between strap to strap, so you're not kind of always wondering if they're the same length. So those are the straps, and then finally is the mat. The mat is primarily used as really just as a kind of a dampener whenever you put your skin on it. So really we have kind of a rough sandpaper here. So anytime that you're putting your body part on there, really stretch some core and some massage, and you really want to soften that up a little bit, maximize the mat. After that, outside of that, you want to use the mat as little as possible because you want as much transverse as possible. So the mat is really only as a buffer anytime that you're putting your body part on there just to soften it up a little bit. So that's the Pro5 and the Pro5 AIRdaptive. So make sure to register your product on www.powerplate.com for a complimentary exercise guide.